Attention cheerleaders, please report to the field for introductions. And now, introducing the J. Frank Dobie Varsity Cheerleaders for the 2025-26 season. Here are the Dobie Varsity Cheerleaders. Sophomore UCA All-American, Natalie Elkins. Sophomore Maya Sanders. Junior Kiana Davis. Junior UCA All-American Avery Rodriguez. Junior UCA All-American Ariana Bermudez. Sophomore UCA All-American Bella Sherwood. Sophomore UCA All-American Zadie Botterby. Junior Maylene Rodriguez. Sophomore Alyssa Rodriguez. Senior UCA All-American Lexi Martinez. Senior UCA All-American and Captain Linnea Fonseca. Senior Amira Caraway. Sophomore UCA All-American Vita Sosa. Senior Isabella Avila. Sophomore UCA All-American Yaslin Brown. Thanks tonight to the Junior Air Force ROTC for running the flags. The J. Frank Dobie Varsity Cheerleaders are under the direction of Sarah Young and Jasmine Guerrero. One more time, give it up for the 2025-26 Dobie Varsity Cheerleaders. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, once again, we introduce your 2025-26 Manville Maverick Varsity Cheerleaders. The Manville Maverick Varsity Cheerleaders are under the direction of Stephanie Jones and Angel Davis. Freshman Riley Mosley. Sophomore NCAA two-time All-American Ariana Roberts. Sophomore NCAA two-time All-American and Social Officer Kaylee Renfro. Junior Chelsea Evans. Junior All-American and Social Media Manager Raquel James. Junior Natalia Ramos. Senior Aiden Amar. Senior Spirit Officer Ariel Jones. Senior Juliet Simeon. Senior All-American Kalia Thorne. Senior Chaplain Naomi Howe. Senior NCAA two-time All-American and your co-captain, Layla Johnson. And senior NCAA four-time All-American in 2025, top All-American, your captain, Caitlin Mutai. And last but certainly not least, put your hands together for our beloved mascot, Mavarina. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your cheerleader of the week is Ariel Jones. Once again, fans, put your hands together for your 2025-26 Manville Maverick Varsity Cheerleaders. Making their way to midfield tonight were representatives from Manville High School and Dobie High School. In an expression of the intent of everyone here tonight, these students greet one another and represent the spirit of fair play and the good sportsmanship league. This time, fans, please turn your attention to the video board for a message from our Superintendent, Carol Nelson.
Carol Nelson, proud superintendent of Alvin ISD. Welcome to Freedom Field. For 100 years, Alvin ISD has built champions on the field, in the classroom, and in life. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we remember the true victory lies not just in the score, but in how we play the game. Every contest is more than a competition. It's a classroom, a place to learn resilience, respect, and responsibility. Let's honor our legacy with integrity, compete with heart, and always remember sportsmanship is the mark of a true champion. Thank you for coming this evening to support our students, and may you have safe travels headed home. Here's to 100 years and the next 100 to come.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Freedom Field for tonight's 2025 Conference 6A Region 3 District 22 matchup between the visiting Dobie Longhorns and your Manville Mavericks. The Dobie Longhorns come into tonight's matchup with an overall season record of 5-4, 4-3 in district competition after a 38-7 win at home versus the Alvin Yellow Jackets. Your Manville Mavericks come in tonight's matchup with an overall season record of 6-3, 5-2 in district competition after a thrilling 38-31 win on the road versus the Dawson Eagles. Tonight's matchup will be exciting as both teams battle for that fourth and final playoff spot in District 22 as we approach the 2025 UIL State Playoffs. Tonight's game will be directed under the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League. The UIL wishes to remind you that whatever the final score of tonight's contest, all the players you witness are winners that have made great sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. As a spectator, consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Cheer them, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, to cause them to doubt the value of athletics. We also ask that you show your appreciation for all the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game. including our cheerleaders, the bands, the drill teams, and, of course, the students who support their teams at home and away. These young people play an integral part in their team's success. Officials for tonight's game have been mutually agreed upon by representatives from each school. Without their refined skill and understanding of the game of football, tonight's contest would not be possible. Fans, tonight here at Freedom Field, we ask that you please honor the following guidelines. Number 1, do not under any circumstance criticize or demean the players of either team. Number 2, please abstain from insulting or booing the officials. Number 3, listen carefully. With no exception, shall any alcoholic beverages or tobacco products be possessed or used while on public school grounds. Remember, this is a violation of state law. 4th, remember to be courteous to the visiting fans, cheer for your respective team, and certainly show respect for injured players of either team. On behalf of the entire Alvin Independent School District, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and we thank you for your support of athletics. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise and join the Dobie High School Band for the playing of the Dobie High School Song. And now join with the Manville Maverick Marching Band for the playing of the Manville High School Song. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to turn your attention to the video board for a message from our student athletes.
Hey, Mom.
Hola, Papa.
What's good, Mad friends? Okay.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hey, sis.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Mad fans. Hoka hey.
Okay.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. I've got something to say.
Thank you for being here. Having you at the stand means the world to me, but I need to ask you something.
This is important. I made a commitment to play the Texas way. I play with respect for others.
I will not let my opponent opponent become my enemy. I will not cheat or cut corners.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way. That means I play with the control of self.
I will slow my anger down and act based on my standards.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way. That means I play with a spirit of competition.
I will prepare myself inside and out. I will bounce back when I get knocked down. I will compete with a passion to be my absolute best.
So my question for you is this: will you commit to support me the Texas way?
That means having my back. It means cheering loudly, but it doesn't mean putting other people down. It doesn't mean yelling at the ref. It doesn't mean letting your passion become a distraction.
You say it. Coach says it too. It's about more than just me.
It's about representing the name on the front of the jersey and the name on the back.
It's not just about the scoreboard. It's about using sports to become the best that I can become. And remember, always have fun.
I couldn't do it without you, and I wouldn't want to. I've made a commitment to the Texas way. Question is, will you make it with me? I've made a commitment to play the Texas way. Will you make it with me?
I made a commitment to the Texas way. Will you make it with me?
I've made a commitment to the Texas way. Will you make it with me?
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, if you are a first responder, a former active member in our nation's armed forces, will you please rise this time as we honor your service and sacrifice. This time, football fans, please give a hearty round of applause to show our gratitude and appreciation for these servant leaders who give so much to our communities, our state, and our nation. Thank you. And now we wait for the teams to make their entry onto the field. And now, making their way onto the field, welcome across the way the visitors, the Dobie Longhorns. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Fans, it's time for a little hoka hey. Welcome to the field, your Manville Mavericks. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now observe a moment of silence in the spirit of tonight's competition. This time, let us all remember and acknowledge the prevailing sense of fair play and the safety of all players, coaches, parents, officials, and spectators involved here tonight. Thank you. This time, please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors. And now, the singing of our national anthem, tonight performed by the Manville High School Choir. Joining them will be the 8th grade singers from Manville Junior High and Rodeo Palms Junior High.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into Freedom Field for tonight's District 22 6A matchup and regular season finale between the Dobie Longhorns and the Manville Mavericks. I'm Evan Geiger. With me on the call tonight is Andrew Carter. Andrew, how you doing?
Doing good. Weather's feeling right, and we got quite the ball game to finish the regular season. I'm fired up, Evan. I'm ready for this football game.
Very excited. We are both very excited for this one. The winner of this one is going to make the playoffs, and the loser will be staying at home. So big implications here. Andrew, let's start talking about this Dobie team. They're 5-4 this year, a 4-3 district record, currently sitting in 5th place. Obviously, a win would put them in the playoffs in that last and 4th and final spot. But they've won 3 straight games. The Dobie offense has been really good. They're averaging 350 yards and 34 points per game. And they have the fewest turnovers in the district, but we both know this. They're a mostly rushing team. 82% of their yards have come on the ground. Senior running back DeMarcus Hodges leads the district in rushing and all-purpose yards. He's got 9 yards a carry on a team that runs it almost every play. That is really crazy. He's got 17 total touchdowns. And then defensively, Dobie, they've allowed 27 points and 312 yards per game. That's a lot, but they have done a great job forcing turnovers. Their +7 turnover ratio is one of the best in the district. You can expect to hear the names Desmond Talib, David Agyemang, and Rashad Howard a lot for the Longhorns defense tonight.
Yeah, Longhorns kind of started off the season rough, went 1-3 to begin, had a gauntlet to start, Pearland, Dawson, Shadow Creek, but they've handled business recently. They've won 3 in a row, and they've put themselves in a spot like you mentioned, win and you're in. Heavy rushing team as well. Really interested to see how they handle this defense for Manville tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting how that plays out with the rushing game of Dobie running it pretty much every play. I think, honestly, there's going to have to be some plays made by Jalen Miles, the junior quarterback, for this team to succeed. That's my personal opinion. But let's talk about Manville. They're going to finish the season out here tonight at home. 6-3 this season, a 5-2 district record. They're on a 4-game winning streak, including a big win over Dawson last week. In the last 4 games, Manville has outscored their opponents 193-45.
Wow.
Manville's offense is the best in the district at moving the ball, 450 yards a game, and senior quarterback Cam Renfro, second in the district, 1,500 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and another 500 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. And one of my favorite players to watch, Eric Mosley, the transfer from Iowa Colony. He's been their best back, 9 or 10 yards a carry for him. Also expect to see Kenneth Malone-Hayes and Zayden Brown get the ball out of the backfield. And we really like this guy, Carter St. Junius, a sophomore. He looks like a wide receiver. He plays like a wide receiver, and I think this kid is going to be special. He's second in the district in catches, receiving yards, and has 5 touchdowns to go with it. And then we got to talk about the Manville defense. We really like Sam Weary. Everybody that has covered Manville has been impressed by this kid. And Cornell Greedy James, another super exciting player for Manville defensively. So we'll see the Mr. Electric opening kickoff here at Freedom Field. Kicking it away is going to be Braden McClanahan, number 19, and he kicks it to the 4-yard line where it's fielded there by a Longhorn. He's going to go down about the 17. Little pushing and shoving after the play there, but that was Adrian Taylor with the return.
Yeah, we talked about it prior to the broadcast. This is a tale of 2 different offenses. Dobie very heavily leans on the rushing attack. 2,563 rush yards on the season, only 568 through the air. So they're going to give the ball to DeMarcus Hodges, and the entire Mavericks defense has to be keyed in on Hodges if they want to win this game tonight. Expect a heavy dose of him today.
Heavy formation here. They go to Hodges. A flag flies on the first play, and Hodges will be brought down. But I think it's going to be, they actually never did tackle him, but they blew it dead, and there was a flag before the play ever even happened, so it looks like it'll move Dobie backwards.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Manville defense overeager trying to stop DeMarcus Hodges, and they were offside, so it moves it up to the 23-yard line, first down and 5. Another heavy formation. Miles in the shotgun, looking to pass. Firing deep, has a man, and that is almost picked off. Antoine Wilder almost picked that off, but that was not Miles. It was Oscar Hernandez at quarterback.
Interesting look. I was wondering what would prompt them to want to throw the ball. That has not been their MO all season. If it's a different quarterback in there, that might spell a change for how this offense operates for the Longhorns, but Wilder, he has been a hound for the ball. 6 pass breakups on the season, leads his team in that category. So if the ball's in the air, he's going to be near it.
Another heavy formation here on second down and 5. We'll see if they give it to Hodges. And a big hole, wow. Running down the right sideline. They're chasing him, and he's going to be tackled. No, he stepped out. It still was never tackled. Hodges, they just can't bring him down.
Well, you see why Hodges leads the district in all-purpose yards. He is a tough guy to bring down, so strong at the point of attack. And that time it took the sideline boundary to call the play dead. Easy handoff up the middle. Great job by the interior of that offensive line. And Hodges out for the races, might have scored there if he stayed in bounds.
Man, they could not bring him down on the couple of touches he's had so far. Similar formation here. 1st and 10 from the 40 of Manville. Motion another man across the left side. You think they're going left? They do go left. Just left of the center. And for a couple of yards, looks like a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, right now, Oscar Hernandez in charge of this offense. Not sure if anything unforeseen happened to Jalen Miles, the regular starter quarterback, but right now the game plan has been the same. Get the ball to Hodges and get out the way.
Get your starting lineups to you here in just a moment after this play. 2nd and 8 from the 38 of Manville. Shotgun formation and motion a man across. Looking to pass. Pressure coming. And he's going to take a sack, a big loss. And coming in to wrap him up was Brayson Robinson. Just a sophomore defensive end at 6'4", 200. And a huge loss for Dobie. Might be a drive killer.
I mean, yeah, deep drop into the pocket. And that time, easy wrap up there. And again, like you said, might be a drive killer with how far back they are now behind the sticks. I mean, that is a killer sack to take.
3rd and 21 back at the 49. If they can get maybe 10 yards here, they'll probably go for it, but a loss. Oh, they got pressure immediately. They do a screen to Hodges. Hodges breaks out a 1 tackle. Hodges still on his feet and cut down near the original line of scrimmage, but there is a flag.
Yeah, they're going to get too many linemen down the field on the pass. Pretty much the entire offensive line was moving. That's why that pressure got there so quick. Not even sure if Manville will elect to accept this.
After the call, you want to give us our Dobie offensive starters?
Absolutely.
See what the penalty is. I'm assuming illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
For the offense, on the starting line, beginning Vincent Rodriguez, left tackle, Luedi Matos, left guard. Center is Alonzo Chapman. Achilles Rostro in at right guard. And the final spot on that offensive line goes to Alex Vufo. We talked about the quarterback, Jalen Miles, normally the starter, but right now, Oscar Hernandez. You've seen a lot of DeMarcus Hodges starting tailback. Nathaniel Belleville, the starting fullback. On the X side, on the wide receiver core, Nolan Thomas, number 13, leading receiver for this Dobie offense. On the other side, Marcus Jones and Angel Lopez round out this Dobie Longhorns offense.
3rd and 25. See what they draw up here. To be a handoff to Hodges, and Hodges breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. This kid just runs with some tenacity. Picks up a couple. It's going to be a punting situation. See if we can get to the defense for Manville real quick.
Yeah, Brayson Robinson, who's already made a big play on this drive, leads off the defensive end spot. Nicholas Kemp manning the middle. Nose tackle is Amir Bowers, and Kevin Tatum on the other side defensively on the line. The nickelback is Emery Maxey. The Mike linebacker, Easton Shoemaker. The Will, Sam Weary, who we've already put a pencil on. Rover Antoine Wilder. Safety Greedy James. And Chris Collins rounds out this Manville defense.
Punt bounces around the 32 and takes a great Dobie roll inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. So Manville will start at their own 15. A nice punt of 36 yards.
Late flag.
But yeah, there is a flag out there, and we'll see what the result of that penalty is.
We see a Maverick kind of throwing his hands up. Leads me to believe it might be on Manville.
Definitely don't want to give Dobie a first down with that penalty. We'll see here in just a sec.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team. That penalty would be assessed half the distance. 1st down.
So it came after the punt.
Yeah. So they'll have it at the 7.5. Put it right there at the 7.5-yard line. Starters for Manville offensively. The offensive line from left to right. Drake Jones, the left tackle. Noah Cantu, the left guard. Thomas Johnson, the center. Right guard is Jalen Chase. The right tackle is Paulo Camacho. Here's Cam Renfro And it's going to be a handoff going left side. Looks like the first carry goes to Kenneth Malone-Hayes. Starting running back is Eric Mosley, though, who we talked about. Slot receivers, Carter St. Junius is the X. The Z is Bryson Jones. The slot is Jaden Kendrick. And their tight end is Will Terry, the TCU commit. You also see Zayden Brown in there, running back. Dante Mays will get a lot of run at receiver as well. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Handoff. And once again, pushing the pile a little bit, but not a huge run. Should be 3rd and 1. You got those defensive starters for Dobie?
Absolutely. David Anyamong, who we've highlighted in this game. Left defensive end, Dario Rodriguez and Cedric Gillespie in the middle of that defensive line. And Nathan Zavala, also a big sack guy for this Dobie defense, finishes off the line. Rashad Howard on the outside linebacker spot. The will was James Forston. The Mike Julius Sanchez on the outside. You got Clayton Washington on the left and Colin Pendleton to the right.
Another run, this time some room to run there for Kenneth Malone-Hayes, the power back who just keeps the legs churning. And it looks like Dobie came away with the ball. Malone-Hayes stayed up too long, and coming out of the pile with it is a Longhorn. That's going to be Desmond Talib, who we talked about, one of their captains.
Didn't even get to finish the defensive alignment. Desmond Talib rounds out that secondary, and he is a guy we've talked about who can make things happen defensively, and that time gets the timely fumble to set up the Longhorns deep into Manville territory.
Malone-Hayes had about a 20-yard run there, just kept the legs churning, but eventually Talib ripped the ball out, and that is going to hurt. Looks like Dobie's trying to move quickly here. Hodges in the backfield has been a monster already. They're going to go to Hodges, and that's a big hole. Hodges wrapped up by the first man he sees there, though. That is Carnell Greedy James. A really exciting player on the Manville defense.
Yeah, great job on the right side of that line. Achilles Rostro and Vufo for the Longhorns, really making things happen so far. There have been a lot of holes for DeMarcus Hodges to run through so far to begin this game.
One of the biggest problems I've found with Manville this season, I think they're a really talented team, but some of their losses just feels like it's because of the turnovers. It's going to be another run to Hodges.
That time, Nicholas Kemp getting his first tackle of the game, limiting that carry. And you wonder about how often the Longhorns are going to be running this ball and the effect of fatigue potentially on this Mavericks defense the longer this game goes. They're not going to stop handing the ball off to Hodges, and if Dobie possesses the ball a majority of this game, that could have some consequences.
3rd and 5, setting up to run left. See if they give it to Hodges. They toss left side, and there's a hole. One man to make miss, and he breaks the tackle near the line again. Looks like a 1st down. Andrew, that was the 16th turnover for Manville this year. They have 10 fumbles, and they have a -3 turnover ratio. Mentioned Dobie has a +8 turnover ratio now, and that's a big difference, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost kind of shocking how successful Manville has been this season, even with all those turnovers. And you mentioned they've lost a lot of winnable games because of how often they've turned the ball over. They don't want to add this game to that category, so look for them to tighten up throughout the rest of this game.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Here's a handoff. Right side, not a whole lot doing, maybe a yard.
Now, on that last play for the 1st down, you get DeMarcus Hodges in a lot of one-on-one situations. He's going to win those a majority of the time. So if you're Manville, you want to try and limit those as often as you can. Try and gang tackle him to minimize the yards he gets on the ground.
We've only seen him get tackled by his first contact once.
And most of the time, he's either been run out of bounds or they've blown the play dead. He's still churning his legs.
3 receivers to the left, and it's going to be a toss right, and Hodges brought down. There to make the play was Javon Smith. There was another Maverick in there.
Yeah, that time, Hodges kind of outran his lead blocker, Nathaniel Belleville.
That was not, my apologies, that was not Hodges. That was Adrian Taylor, the sophomore running back. No wonder he got tackled so easily. It wasn't Hodges.
Well, even Hodges needs a break now and again, but let's see.
They give it to him a lot. Hodges, I think, might have the most carries in the district.
Taylor has 65 of his own on the season, so they'll mix him in whenever they can.
Only Pasadena Memorial's running back had more. And here's a pass. Looking left side, has a man, a jump ball, and nearly picked. Once again, that was Javon Smith who had the play but just couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, they were looking for Adrian Taylor on the wheel route. You'll see him go around in a one-on-one situation, just trying to throw the ball up, see if Taylor can make a play. But yeah, probably should have been an interception that time for Javon Smith.
That's 2 passes that he's thrown that have nearly been picks. And we kind of mentioned they don't really throw the ball a lot, but the couple times they've tried it, nearly disastrous.
Yeah, only 67 attempts for Miles on the season, the usual starter.
Looking to pass again, rolling left, firing it deep. Has a man on the sideline. Is a catch made? Looks like they say it is.
Oh.
Wow, was that Taylor again? Dobie with a first down. How about that play? Just tiptoeing the sideline.
And that was a moon ball right towards the sideline, trying to put it in a spot only his receiver can get it. Really good pass that time from Oscar Hernandez to get the first down on a crucial 4th and 10.
First down and 10 from the 13 now. See if they try to give it to Hodges down here. Tight formation. And it's going to be a handoff the other direction. And wrapped up immediately, they went to Marcus Jones, the senior receiver, and didn't get much.
Yeah, Carnell James, great one-on-one tackle. Immediately stopped any forward momentum he had. Met him right at the point of attack. Boom.
How can you not like watching Greedy James? Little receiver sweep to the right side, and he's going to be brought down for a loss, it looks.
That's Greedy again.
And once again, Marcus Jones with the carry. Moving backwards. Dobie really trying to get creative and find other ways to move the ball, but I don't know. Hodges has been so good early in this game.
Yeah, they've tried to attack the outside 2 times in a row now to no effect. Might try something more conservative here to put them in a more manageable 4th down.
3rd and 13, though. Not sure they want to settle for a field goal. We'll see what happens after this play. They'll go with a pass here. Has a man and overthrown him. It's going to be 4th and 13, and it looks like they may send out the kicking unit.
Yeah, simple out route, just overthrew him. Better to overthrow him than potentially put it in harm's way and give the ball away. If nothing else, you want to come away with points here.
The kicker is not on the roster, number 30. I don't know if this is the kicker, Nathaniel Garcia Campos, who wears number 83 normally, but kick is up, and it is good. It's 3-0. A 33-yard field goal for number 30, the mystery man, puts Dobie up 3-0 here with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dobie leads.
With strains and sniffles, that's why Houston Methodist has primary care near you, with a network of specialists and same-day clinics to keep you healthy. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it for you. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Welcome back into Freedom Field. Dobie leads 3-0, and they will kick it away.
Important there for the Longhorns to capitalize off that turnover and get some points. And if you're Manville, you got to rebound quickly. Got to put that fumble behind you and try and get some points of your own here in the first.
If this is Nathaniel Garcia Campos, the short kick bounces at the 12 and then cut down immediately. There is a returner that is Xavier Green, but Nathaniel Garcia Campos was 22 of 26 on PATs and 4 for 4 on field goals with a long of 34. That one was a 33, so if that's who that was. Manville once again had what looked like was going to be a decent possession on the last one, but the long run from Malone Hayes resulted in a fumble, and now we'll see Mosley out there. Mosley has been so good this year, 10 yards a carry. Sharing time with Brown and Malone Hayes. They're going to go to Mosley. No, it's Renfro keeping himself. Renfro's got some room to run. Renfro goes outside. Renfro reverses field, and he's cut down around the 44. A big run from Renfro. Give him 29 yards.
Well, for all that we tout Renfro in his arm, people forget sometimes that he's a dual-threat quarterback. He had 18 carries for 110 yards in that win against Dawson last week.
Renfro looking to pass. Fires it. Hits a man. That's Mays. Mays was the backup quarterback last year at Shadow Creek, now a receiver at Manville.
Yeah, they're going to get a lot of receivers involved. Mays, Jaden Kendrick, and, of course, Carter St. Junius.
7 yards there. They hand off to Mosley. Mosley goes right side. Mosley still on his feet after a broken tackle, still pushing the pile down to the 40 or so. Well, they finally bring him down. Mosley, I think, just has so much juice out of the backfield.
I mean, you see that move right there that he put on Rashad Howard, one of the captains for Dobie. He's got some wiggle to his game.
Manville going quick. Throw a little screen out here to Kendrick. Kendrick gonna stutter step. Kendrick around the edge, and Kendrick out of bounds at the 32. First down play there.
This is what makes
2nd and 3.
Manville so dangerous. They move so quickly, and they like to attack those outside spots, try and tire out defenders running back and forth. Multitude of weapons they have to attack you with, too.
Little screen to Mosley. Mosley pushes ahead right at the line. It looks like it's going to be a first down. Needed 3, got 4. A little screen pass there to Mosley. This time it's going to be Zayden Brown on the left hip of Renfro. They'll give it to Zayden Brown. Zayden Brown following his blocks and cut down at the 22. I think Brown's the fastest of the 3 backs. I think Malone Hayes is the strongest of the 3 backs, but Mosley is like a perfect balance.
Oh, yeah.
A really good combination of speed and strength.
When you have a whole stable of guys who have different attributes that they can attack you with, it really makes your life easy as an offensive coordinator.
Dobie, their first charge timeout of the half.
Dobie calls a timeout, try to get their guys in rhythm. We'll take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network. Be right back.
Real training for real people. That's Alvin Community College. Our hands-on programs prepare you for high-value careers so you can forge your own path. Start your journey with ACC and step into your future today.
A minute 20 to go in the first quarter. Saw the Alvin Community College commercial there. They're no longer Alvin Community College, now Alvin College. And that beautiful set of hair at the beginning was my wife.
There's a lineman walking off the field right now for Manville.
Looks like a right arm injury.
Might be Drake Jones, the left tackle.
Maybe they're trying to get his pads readjusted. He's holding his right arm.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Joshua Frederick would step into that left tackle spot in place of Jones.
2nd down and 4 from the 22. Need to get to the 18. Run left side. No, Renfro pulled it out, threw it to Mosley. Mosley's got some room to run, and he's going to drag Rashad Howard down to the 7. They'll give him the 6, a big gain of 16 yards for Mosley. Just continue to make it happen in all facets of the offense.
Yeah, great job slipping out into the flat from Mosley. He has been the focal point of this drive, and he's making it happen right now.
Go quickly, and it's going to be Mosley again, and Mosley's going to power into the end zone. That's Zayden Brown. My apologies. It went quick. 2 looked like a 5, and it was Zayden Brown, one of the 3 backs we talked about, the junior getting a score there. 6-yard run by Zayden Brown. Here is McClanahan for the extra point to try to take a 4-point lead. This is Logan McClanahan. Logan, the extra point is good for Logan, the sophomore. Nice run there by Zayden Brown to get Manville on the board. 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network.
You've got a lot to manage. Houston Methodist has a lot to offer. Convenient primary care, personalized orthopedics, and the latest cancer treatments in one manageable system. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. For you, Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
59 seconds to go in the first quarter. Manville leads 7-3 after the 6-yard touchdown run by Zayden Brown. Andrew, how about that drive from Manville?
I mean, that is quintessential Manville football. They are moving the ball. They move quickly. And that time, we didn't even see anything from Carter St. Junius. It was all Eric Mosley and then Zayden Brown to finish off that drive. But that time, they spread them out so much. They got the defense tired. And then a simple run up the middle to Zayden Brown to punch it in. Retake the lead here for Manville.
Great drive indeed by Manville. And here is Braden McClanahan, the senior kicker. Kick will be caught by Dobie. Oh, and a bobble. And he struggles to pick it up, and he falls on it at the 2. How about Manville? A little trouble there for Titus Randall, a senior quarterback on the return team there.
I know you want to be safe and fall on the ball when it's out in the open like that, but you fall on at the 2-yard line. You are giving your offense, which doesn't really have a lot of creative plays to try and get chunk yards out the end zone, putting them in a really tough spot here against a Manville defense that's going to try and rally and potentially get a safety, get their offense back on the field. When you bunch up all your line like this, it allows the Mavericks defense potentially to pin their ears back and just go.
Might try to get a safety here if they could stop Hodges in the backfield. Seems unlikely, but they will go to Hodges, and he's hit, and it looks like he'll be tackled at the 1, just got out of the end zone. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 1-yard line. Maybe one more play here in the first quarter.
They're playing a dangerous game. Got hit in the end zone initially. Good on him to fall forward just enough for 1 yard, but can't afford to have that happen. Again, you have got to get your backs out of the end zone.
Javon Smith with the TFL. Dobie was like way on the Manville side of the field, getting the play call. Now they'll line up here. One more play here in the first quarter. We'll see what happens on 2nd and 11 with 99 yards of field in front of him. Looking to pass, firing a deep ball, and overthrows his man. So we'll see another play as the clock stops at 9 seconds. He was looking for Marcus Jones.
Yeah, one-on-one there. Just try to lay it up there for him. Looks like Jalen Miles is back in the game here for Dobie.
I think if that throw went further down the field, I think he had him beat. It just the throw pulled him back in.
Yeah, to kind of
towards the sideline,
contort his body.
No, that is, I think that's still Oscar Hernandez in there. 3rd and 11 from the 1. And a penalty. It's going to be false start. It's going to be 3rd and 11 and a half from the half-yard line. 99 and a half yards of field will be in front of them as they'll go half the distance back. We'll see one more play.
False start. Offense.
Or is that going to be the final play of the first quarter as both teams are with their coaching staffs near the sideline?
Yeah, clock's not running right now.
Either the game clock or the play clock needs to run. Unless there's a 10-second runoff.
The referee's conferring right now, but they're affording both teams a chance to meet with their staffs and have a huddle as if it were a timeout.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So 3rd and 11 and a half from the half-yard line. We'll see if Manville can force a safety here. It's going to be a handoff going left side and a big hole. Man, that's a first down as he hurdles the defender, but the ball pops out. Who's going to get it? I think Dobie's going to retain possession, but it's a first down. Hodges going up, leaping, and losing the ball.
I mean, good to get the first down, but almost lost the possession. You'll see it here. Got hit up in the air. That ball was definitely out. Samuel Wary got a paw on it, but I think it
That
was
is the first quarter.
I think it was Hodges who eventually got it back.
7-3 Manville after one quarter here at Freedom Field. I want to thank the athleticsdepartment.com. Tonight's team and individual stats are provided by them. They're a full-service provider of stats for high school and college teams. Coaches and athletic directors can contact them for more information. TheAthleticsDepartment.com are now signing up basketball, softball, and baseball teams for this school year. You can get connected with the Legacy Sports Network by checking out our social media pages on Facebook. We're at Ellison Sports, on X at Legacy Sportsnet, and on Instagram we are Legacy Sports Network. Legacy Sports Network, we're building a legacy one game at a time. Start of the second quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Ball is at the 15, 85 yards in front of Dobie. And it's going to be a handoff going left side. And not a whole lot doing there. That was, once again, the backup Adrian Taylor.
Yeah, but I don't think we should understate how important that last run was for Dobie. You don't get that first down. You are looking at punting the ball within the 5-yard line. You are letting that Maverick special teams unit try and rush at that punter, try and get a paw on that ball. Instead, you get a first down, and if nothing else, should you end up punting, you give your punter a little more breathing room here on this side of the field.
Manville just didn't look ready for the run there, and it seemed like a pretty textbook running situation. As this time it's going to be a pass. Hernandez fires it out to the sideline, and the catch is made there by Nolan Thomas, the leading receiver. Near the first down marker, we'll see if they get the first down.
Yeah,
it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Good play action there. Plenty of time for Hernandez to throw a dot near the sideline. And Nolan Thomas, like you said, leading receiver on this team, 259 yards and only 13 catches on the year. Does have a touchdown, so he can make some things happen. That time settles by the sideline, makes the catch.
Give him just enough for a first down. Ball's at the 25. Motion. Hodges across. Hodges is going to fire it, and that's going to be picked. Man, it's a pick from Antoine Wilder.
Well,
there's a flag, but Manville's still running. Dobie gave up. What just happened?
Not sure why everyone stopped moving unless they blew the play dead.
It would have had to be a false start on Dobie for that to be the case.
Yeah, there is a flag down. I don't think he stepped out of bounds at all once he got the ball.
They're moving the chains down.
Holding. Defense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Wow. A hold on defense negates the interception thrown by Hodges. I don't think they're going to let Hodges throw it again. But there was no receiver within 15 yards of Antoine Wilder when he made that catch. 1st and 10 from the 35, and Dobie's just moving down the field. They went to Hodges, and Hodges actually tackled for a loss of a yard. A generous 1-yard loss. It looked like he lost a couple.
Yeah, just trying to make sense of that last play. I think the receiver stopped. Hodges must have thought it was a go route. The receiver thought it was a hitch. He threw it deep, and interception occurred. But thankfully, the holding call negates that. But again, you talk about this turnover differential for Manville. Their offense has committed a lot, but their defense has just been trying to pick up the slack. But when you have a holding call like that, really puts you behind the ball.
2nd and 11, and rolling out left. Looking to pass, fires it deep on the sideline, stepped out. He stepped out before he came back in, and it's incomplete. There was a flag. I want to say it was regarding Hodges and some of the defensive players down at the line of scrimmage, they were getting into it a little bit with the blocking.
Yeah, Chris Collins was on the coverage there for Manville. He might be the one who gets tagged with the penalty here. Antoine Wilder also in the vicinity of where that flag would have been. A lot of flags in this game to start.
Holding. Offense. That penalty decline. 3rd down.
Wow, so Manville declines it. Instead of 2nd and 21, it'll be 3rd and 11.
I don't know. After Dobie ran the ball for a 1st down from about that distance, not sure you want to decline that penalty. Still in a favorable spot if you're the Mavericks defense, however.
Defense trying to get off the field. It's tough with Hodges. I think every time he's got the ball, he's been a really tough assignment for the tacklers, but see what they do here on 3rd and 11. Shotgun formation. Hodges on the right hip. Looking to pass is Hernandez. Pressure coming. Steps up and fires a lofty ball, and it's going to be caught. What a catch. Marcus Jones all the way down to the 32. Hernandez just threw up a prayer. And it's a 34-yard gain.
We've seen more action in the air for Dobie tonight than we have all season. Hernandez steps up into the pocket, drops one in the bucket. Great pass to Marcus Jones.
Handoff up the middle. Still moving those legs. A gain of 8 for Hodges. I mean, they were averaging like 50 yards a game passing. 82% of Dobie's yards have been on the ground this season, but it's probably 50-50 here.
Yeah. Didn't expect to be saying a lot of Marcus Jones's name, but he's been making some plays.
Giving him the ball quite a bit. 2nd down and 2. And a run right side for Hodges, and Hodges keeps on pushing up to the 15. 1st down. This is a drive that started at the 2.
Yeah.
They're all the way to the Manville 14 now.
Well, now declining that penalty really stings you if you're Manville. Got all of that back and more on one play, did the Longhorns, and now they're operating within the red zone.
It's going to be tough for Manville to stop them here, the way they're moving the ball. Handoff going left side, running into a wall of red. That was once again Taylor, the running back. It looked like his helmet came off a little bit.
I don't think Manville was thinking about having to respect the pass as much as they have to right now, but Oscar Hernandez is slinging it out there. And even if it's only a step or two back, the safeties are going to have to start playing a little bit deeper.
Timeout.
Taylor, the running back, ran off towards the sideline and then took his helmet off. It looked like his helmet came off during the play, and now they're going to look at him as he sat down in the field. Give both teams a moment to catch their breath. Hopefully Taylor going to be okay. Obviously a big part of this team. Taylor, the sophomore, in on kickoff returns and backing up Hodges, the running back.
I've been really surprised by the approach here for Dobie tonight, but it has been working. And when it's a win or go home situation, you want to have to pull out everything you can to win. And right now, that means going in the air when we really didn't think the Longhorns had that in their bag, but it's been working for them so far. Only 568 pass yards on the season.
Manville's been really good against the rush this year, though. They're the 2nd lowest rushing yards allowed in the district behind only Pearland, who's got about half of what Manville has allowed. Pretty crazy stuff this season Pearland's having. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 from the 13. Go to Hodges going right side, and there is no way he had anything to do in there. A host of candy red Manville jerseys in on that play. Obviously, Dobie, the Longhorns look just like Texas in those white unis.
It's like if the Texans played the Longhorns. Easton Shoemaker among the guys making that stop for Manville, and like you said, a cavalcade coming in for Manville to make that stop. That's about what it takes to try and stop this Dobie rushing attack.
It's 3rd and 11 once again.
once again, we'll see if they can convert once again.
2 for 2 on that spot. A run and a pass. We'll see what they do this time from the 16. I'm thinking a run. And it's going to be a toss to Hodges, right side. Hodges slips through some tacklers. Hodges down to about the 9. And it's going to be 4th and medium. 4th and 5. We'll see if they kick a field goal or go for it.
Field goal still keeps you behind, but
I think they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. And it's been a fantastic drive. You'd hate to see it in with no points, though.
Yeah. They have already made a field goal from this distance, so it is in their wheelhouse, but I think they're playing for points here.
So it'd be a 26-yard field goal. They already made a 33. 4th down and 5, a huge 4th down early in this ballgame. They toss left side, and they're not going to get it. It's going to be the stop. Manville stops Dobie for just 1 yard when they needed 5, and a huge turnover on downs.
I think that was Nicholas Kemp for the Mavericks getting there first. We'll see it on the replay. Great push by the defensive line. That was Samuel Wary, the linebacker, coming up. Star for this defense. Making a play there to turn the ball over, give the ball back to the Mavericks offense. That is a huge stop, like you said. After a long drive in which they gave up multiple first downs on 3rd and longs, that time they do get the stop, and that's crucial.
Empty set here for Renfro. Oh, they got on the jump off sides. Now they're going to try to take a free play looking for Carter St. Junius, who goes up and nearly makes the catch, but it's going to be off sides, and it'll move Manville 5 yards closer to their end goal from the 9 to the 14.
Outside defense, 5-yard penalty.
I think that was David Agyemang. And who did we talk about for Manville? It was Weary and James, and they've been the best at stopping Hodges. Those two guys have made the best tackles on him. They'll go empty again here. Try to get him with the fake snap once more. First down and 5, looking to pass. Fires it out and high for Kendrick. Kendrick, 5'5". That pass might have been too high for Carter St. Junius.
Yeah, kind of surprised. We're almost halfway through the second quarter, and we've only seen one target for Carter St. Junius, and it was on a free play. So they've been doing a good job holding him in check. They've had Clayton Washington mainly assigned to him on that left side of the formation.
You probably know a few NFL wide receivers who are 6'3", 180. Carter St. Junius is a sophomore in high school, and that's his measurables. Here's the first down run by Mosley. Needed 5, got 5. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19. This kid he's going to be special.
I mean, he's already a 4-star, one of the highest touted recruits in the state at his age, and he's already got the frame, like you said, of a pro wide receiver. He is going to be making things happen a lot as his career progresses in high school and almost certainly into college.
Hand off at the middle this time. Plowing ahead. Looks like Mosley as they push the pile. Got a big push there from his offensive lineman, Thomas Johnson. And that was Zayden Brown, in fact. Twice we've assumed it was Mosley. Mosley lines up what they call, I think, the H position right there behind the line a lot and blocks.
We've seen these two complement each other nicely. Zayden Brown coming in to dispel Eric Mosley, and they've had a nice 1-2 punch.
This time they go, no, he's going to look to pass. Has a man wide open and making the catch and tackled down at the 37. A big grab there. That is Cameron Fitzgerald.
Great play action there. Cameron Fitzgerald, not very high up on the depth chart for the Manville Mavericks, but makes a great play there. Might have scored if that ball was more online.
Talib ran him down. Here's a handoff to Mosley. Mosley spins backwards for a gain of a yard. A flag flies. Ooh. It looks like this might be on Desmond Talib. Looked like he pushed Zayden Brown down, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's about where the flag was, and
personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That was Desmond Talib. That's a huge penalty for Dobie there. It's going to really set Manville up nicely to try to expand this lead. Currently up by 4 points with just 5.5 minutes to go. A lot of running plays have made it a quick first half. Ball is at the 21. 1st and 10. Brown on the left hip. Looking to pass over the middle and hits Mays. That's a touchdown. Dante Mays. Slot receiver, quarterback at Shadow Creek last year. A big part of this offense for Manville this year, and Cam Renfro with a dime. It is 13-3.
Immediately cash again off of that penalty that moves him closer. Simple post route for Mays. And a really nice throw from Renfro into the back of the end zone, right on target. Touchdown, and that's the first one of the day, or night rather, for Renfro.
Here's McClanahan for the extra point to try to take an 11-point lead. The kick is up, and it is good. 14-3, 5:13 to go in the second quarter. Here's the replay. You see the play action there, faking it to Zayden Brown. Renfro had all day to sit in the pocket and delivered it right on the money to Mays, who got 1 foot down before he was pushed out of bounds. We'll take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network.
You've got a lot to manage. Houston Methodist has a lot to offer. Convenient primary care, personalized orthopedics, and the latest cancer treatments in one manageable system. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. For you, Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
.5:13 to go in the second quarter. Manville with an 11-point lead in this big game. Winner is in the playoffs. Going to play Hightower, from what I've been told. Big game here. See Braden McClanahan to kick it deep. Last time it was an issue for Titus Randall. This time they'll go to the other side. Going to be caught there by Taylor. Taylor, the nice juke move, and then wrapped up by a couple of Mavericks around the 30.
Yeah, this is a really important drive for the Longhorns. They're already down by 11 points. You need a touchdown here. A field goal would make it a one-possession game technically, but after how close you've gotten on a few of these possessions, you really want to punch one in the end zone, especially with how varied your offenses look. We talked about it. What was it, over 80% of their plays are rushing plays, but right now it's more even. They've really kept this Mavericks defense on their back foot, just haven't been able to finish these drives.
They've definitely moved the ball well. Could easily be a tied game right now. And there's a flag. Looks like delay of game.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Illegal substitution.
Already the fourth penalty.
They had too many guys.
Yeah. Fourth penalty tonight for the Longhorns.
They pull Nolan Thomas off. They had 12 men on the field. Now they have 11 with Thomas off. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 25. It's going to be a handoff to Hodges. Hodges, nice little run. Up to the 29, made one guy miss and then got brought down. Looks like Hodges is shaken up. That is not good. Not good at all.
Injury timeout.
Hate to see that. They're going to check on Hodges, and hopefully he is going to be okay. Training staff checking on Hodges. A huge part of this team. We mentioned first in all-purpose yards in this district, and we've seen tonight, if you've watched this game, I mean, what a big part of the game plan has he been. They even let him throw a pass.
Yeah. Almost went awry, but you are not kidding. He is the entire focal point for this offense. Losing him in any regard would be absolutely massive in a game you absolutely have to win. Adrian Taylor, the backup, he would assume the lead back duties if Hodges is knocked out of this ball game, but
no disrespect to Taylor.
No disrespect to him, but he is not DeMarcus Hodges.
Hodges has had so much juice when they've given him the ball tonight, just obviously all season I'm sure the people who've watched Dobie have seen this, but this is my first time seeing Dobie this year, and there's a clear difference when Hodges has the ball. He is very difficult for Manville to stop. One of the best rushing defenses around. Hodges is able to get up and walk his way towards the sideline. Really hope he's going to be okay and able to return to this game, but even if he's not, we just want him to be okay. Walking gingerly. Now giving a little jog, so definitely.
Might have just been a cramp potentially.
Yeah. Get him over to the bench, get him some fluids, see if he's able to come back in. We'll let you know when we see him on the field. There's Taylor back there. Be second down and 11 after a gain of 4. With a run by Hodges. Manville moving people all around. They're going to go to Taylor right side. Taylor breaks a tackle. Taylor with a nice little run. Breaking a couple of tackles there. And the sophomore looking good. And now Dobie and Manville. Thomas was mixing up a little bit there with Wilder.
Yeah, don't sleep on Adrian Taylor, only a sophomore, but they've trusted him in this offense. Again, I mentioned it, 65 carries, 477 yards on the season with 8 touchdowns. Having that as your backup running back is quite the luxury. So this offense, they're not going to be completely out of it if Taylor assumes lead back duties.
He ran right over Jakes and Caden Lazard. Handoff up the middle. Taylor, another decent little run there. Looks like a first down. It was 3rd and 5. They needed 5 and got 5.
There was a bowling ball out there that time, ran over his own guy trying to get to that first down, and they're going to give it to him. So keeping this drive alive. Wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to play this as the last possession of the first half. See the replay here. Yeah, runs into his own lineman. That looked like Alfonso Chapman, the center he bulldozed.
It's me on College Football 26. Always running the back of people. First down and 10. Empty formation here. No motion. Hodges back in there. He's in there. Let's go. Looking deep. And where did the ball go? Did it get batted?
I think it did. Dangerous area. There were 3 Mavericks around where the ball landed. Let's see the replay here.
Looked like he was trying to pass it deep, and it got batted by Maverick, who came flying in. It was almost caught by the offensive lineman there, Carlos Morales Cedeno. So Hodges back in there. That is a huge sigh of relief for Dobie. I got to say, though, Taylor was running the ball pretty good after Hodges went out. I mean, those are some nice-looking runs.
Oh, yeah.
Hodges goes left side and just keeps on churning those legs. Up in, and the ball comes out. Down the right sideline is Greedy James, and he's going to take it in for 6. No way! Some one-on-one crime there. DeMarcus Hodges, one of the best running backs around, just stripped by Greedy James.
Greedy living up to his name there. Snatched the ball away from DeMarcus Hodges. And he was all by himself. Ran it in. Fantastic play by James.
Carnell Greedy James, very aptly named defensive player there. Always trying to make a play, always trying to get the ball. And it is 20-3, Manville rolling here. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-3 with 3:23 to go. Look at this run by Hodges. Just stayed up too long, and James ripped it out of there. What a play. Take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network. Be right back.
Training for real people. That's Alvin Community College. Our hands-on programs prepare you for high-value careers so you can forge your own path. Start your journey with ACC and step into your future today.
(21-3) Manville with 3:23 to go. And Andrew, did that not feel like it sucked all the wind out of Dobie's sails?
Well, you get Hodge is back in the game after he was briefly silent. That was a good run. Got it all the way out to midfield, but then it looked like Samuel Weary kind of knocked the ball out first, and then Greedy James came up and scooped it up. It was a fantastic run back from Greedy for a touchdown, and now this score is starting to get a little lopsided in Manville's favor.
Kick is away here to Dobie. It's going to be fielded at the 8-yard line and breaking a tackle and ultimately dragged down at the 18 was Taylor. It's kind of like that Kenneth Malone Hayes run in the beginning of the game. He ran and kept those legs churning, kept on moving. They couldn't bring him down, but eventually the ball came out and they ripped it away, and Carnell James did the same thing there.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in this game, both with different results. Dobie was able to get a field goal off of that turnover, but Manville instead kept the defense on the field, didn't even need to have the offense go out. They scored 7 on the board, and points starting to pile up here.
Dobie's also had a turnover on downs at the 9-yard line of Manville. Handoff, no, looking to pass, and it's going to be knocked away. No, it's still caught. Now it comes out. A lot of chaos on that play. Marcus Jones, the intended receiver. It looked like Hernandez just barely got that throw off. See the replay here. So he faked the handoff, looking to pass, and then right there in his face was Jakes. He just got off as he fell. Jones came in, made the catch, and the ball popped out. Just couldn't complete the catch through the contact with the ground. 2nd and 10, and they've continued to throw it to Marcus Jones.
Yeah, they've been really trying to involve him, especially down the field. They have been taking shots, and he has been the recipient almost every time.
2nd down and 10, going right side, and tripped up there was Taylor. Noticeably no Hodges on that play. Malone Hayes has yet to come in the ballgame after his fumble. We'll see if Hodges sits a drive or if they bring him back out or what. Looks like there he is for the first time on 3rd and 4 in this drive.
Yeah, clock's starting to become a factor, especially with how often the Longhorns run the football. We're approaching the 2-minute timeout.
I feel like they got to score a touchdown before halftime to cut this lead. Looking to pass Hernandez. He's rolling out left. Gonna fire it deep. Has a man wide open. It's Marcus Jones. And Jones drops it. Unbelievable. Hernandez put it right in his hands. And that is gonna be a huge blow to Dobie in this ballgame. Potentially a touchdown. Just what they needed. He was all alone.
I mean, you see the replay here. He is wide open. He kind of slows down to get it. I mean, it's right in front of him. You have to make that catch. If nothing else, puts you in Manville territory to potentially get a field goal if you have nothing else. But instead, 3 and out, and you give the ball right back to Manville.
Kick is away, and the punt is going to bounce out around the 47. So the net punt there, 28 yards. But I don't even know if he dropped it. I don't think he even touched it.
No, he reached his arms out for it. It's not particularly windy out here tonight, so the wind not much of a factor on that pass. That was, again, a great pass from Oscar Hernandez, but just went right through the wickets.
Unbelievable. It's going to be Manville with the ball 1st and 10 from the 47, 3 yards away from midfield. A beautiful 71-degree night. Just 7-mile-an-hour winds, as you mentioned, not too windy. Great night for football and a big game like this. Renfro's going to run right side on the Zion quarterback run. He's going to be wrapped up and dragged down. A big tackle made there by Zachary Staton. It's a tight end, according to the roster.
Yeah, this is a really big possession here for the defense of Dobie. You cannot allow them to go up 28-3. Got to try and keep this score right where it is.
2-minute timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 9 when we come back here in just a moment.
Center Court Pizza and Brew was built on the belief that pizza should be special, and they carry that belief into everything they do. Stop by for one of their specialty pizzas, wings, great appetizers, and so much more. Don't miss out on Monday's special $12 large pizzas. Center Court Pizza and Brew in Meridiana, tonight's Press Box meal sponsor and proud supporter of Alvin ISD Athletics.
Two-minute timeout completed there. 21-3 Manville leads. Already up 3 scores. Could really blow it out of the water, which is it's crazy. It doesn't feel like a blowout.
Yeah. I mean, I know the score tells one story, but these two teams have felt really evenly matched. We've seen a lot of blowouts in this stadium. They've all felt like blowouts. This one does not feel like a 21-3 football game.
Could be 28-3 if Manville scores before the half, and it just has not been that lopsided in the trenches. Looks like false start on St. Junius. Should be 2nd and 14 after the penalty.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
Yeah, it's one thing both coaches will be stressing heading into halftime. 4 penalties apiece for each side. Would add a few more, but they were declined.
2nd and 14 here. Shotgun for Renfro. Mosley on his right hip, and Renfro's going to take off and run. And once again, this is going to be blown up by the Dobie defensive line. This time it's David Agyemang, who we mentioned, one of the best guys at getting to the quarterback in this district, and it's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, again, owing to this score, it has not felt this lopsided, and the defense for the Longhorns have played pretty well, all things considered, against a very high-flying Manville offense. They've held Renfro in check for the most part, outside of a few busted coverages and good passes on his part.
3rd and 18. Dobie does have 2 timeouts. I would imagine Manville runs as much clock as they can here, as Renfro's going to run left side. He's going to fire it deep, looking for a man, and just batted away at the last second there. And the clock stops at 1:16. I really thought they were going to run there, but they did not. Was that Colin Pendleton in coverage? It was. I think they were looking for Donovan Tolbert. And we'll see a punt here upcoming from Logan McClanahan. Couple of Longhorns back to return around their 33, so could have good field position with 1:16 and 2 timeouts. Feel like just a little surprised Manville didn't run the ball and make them use a timeout.
I would agree.
See the punt from McClanahan. A very high punt, trying to limit a return. It's going to take a Manville or a Dobie bounce to the 40, so not a really far punt. Just 21 net yards there.
Got a chance here if you're the Longhorns. Don't want to play for a field goal, but with only 1 minute and 8 seconds left, that might be all you have time for.
I think if you can get this to 21-10, I think you're in an okay position. It's been a crazy first half, and who knows what could happen in the second half, but 21-3 would be not ideal. It's going to be tough, though. We'll see. Back there is Titus Randall. Not Jalen Miles. Not Oscar Hernandez. Titus Randall. And they're going to go to Marcus Jones on an in around. Marcus Jones has some room to run. Marcus Jones tackled around the 47. I'll give him the 46. A nice gain. 14 yards.
That's a young guy moment, though. You got to know to get out of bounds with that clock running. Instead, it's going to trickle down a few more seconds as you get into the huddle.
Going up to the line is Titus Randall again back there. It's going to be a pass from Titus Randall, firing and incomplete. Clock stops at 40 seconds. They're going to sub Titus Randall out and put Oscar Hernandez back in.
I think he was looking for Marcus Jones, and not a very good decision from Randall. He was triple covered there. Samuel Weary almost got his hands on it. Does stop the clock, however.
Ball's at the 46 of Manville. 2nd and 10. Hernandez tries to throw a screen to Hodges. Hodges with a spin move. Hodges goes down after a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And I'm assuming Dobie's going to call a timeout. They will. They'll have 1 left with 29 seconds to go.
Timeout. Dobie, their second charge out of the half.
Take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network.
Maybe you're like them, with strains and sniffles. That's why Houston Methodist has primary care near you, with a network of specialists and same-day clinics to keep you healthy. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it for you. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
29 seconds to go in the second quarter. The UIL Texas High School Football Playoffs will begin soon, and we invite you to join us as we'll have play-by-play coverage of Greater Houston area playoffs. Listen live and free on lsnsports.com starting November 14th. The Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy 1 game at a time.
Few legacies being built here in this game here tonight. Manville trying to punch their ticket. Dobie trying to hold on and come back.
We're going to pass. Hernandez firing over the middle, and Wilder nearly came away with a pick again. It's going to be 4th and 7 from the 43. And looks like they're going to punt, surprisingly. Little surprised.
Yeah, they don't want to give the ball back to Manville at about midfield with their aerial attack, because you know they'd be spamming Carter St. Junius. He's got the ability to take it to the house at any given moment. They're going to play it safe, try and make him go the length of the football field, if that.
Manville does have 3 timeouts in 24 seconds. Don't know that they'd be crazy aggressive. Snap it. We'll see the punt coming here. Punt is a high one. Doesn't look like we'll have any return as it bounces out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So see if Manville wants to be really conservative and take a 21-3 lead into the half. Teams will switch sides. Harris County Commissioner Precinct 2 Adrian Garcia admires and recognizes the academic hard work, dedication, and achievements of each student. Well done. Commissioner Garcia would like to wish all the athletes good luck in tonight's game. Guessing a run. Just let the clock hit zeros. 90 yards of field in front of him, and it's just 17 seconds. Aiden Brown is behind Renfro. They're just going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown coughs it up. That is not ideal. Not what you need at all there. And that might be...
Yeah. After that, you are definitely just taking it into the half.
Could have took a knee. No reason to even run a play. But that's going to do it for the first half. Manville leads 21-3. Your thoughts on that first half real quick before we take a break?
Very crazy, very wild. We saw a little bit of everything, and as we've said, this score right now does not reflect the quality of this game. It has felt a lot closer than 21-3, but that is the score. Manville coming out, trying to punch their ticket into the UIL playoffs. They are halfway to doing so.
21-3, Manville on top here at the half at Freedom Field. Final game of the regular season tonight. Got halftime. Sure, we'll see some great displays from the bands and whatnot. And we'll pick it up right before the start of the third quarter.
gentlemen, please welcome the award-winning J. Frank Dobie Lariats. The Lariats are under the direction of Tiffany McDowell and Assistant Directors Perla Garcia and Savannah Sickler. The Lariat Social Committee members are Social Media Chair Maya Cantu, Executive Cyril Alcorta, Executive Jalen Alex, Executive Brianna Puga, Head Executive Miabella Sudario Garza. The Lariat Line Sergeants are Caitlin Baines and Eileen Rivera. The Lariat military officers are Lieutenant Piper Batterby, Lieutenant Esbady Fonseca, and the Lariat Colonel, Miss Caitlin Resendez. Tonight, the Lariats are proud to present their palm routine to Holiday. of the week is Zoe Castellan. The Lariat security members are Nick Cantu, Luke Penaloza, and head security Abel Gutierrez. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the second half. Go Horns!
Please welcome to the field for your halftime entertainment, the award-winning J. Frank Dobie Longhorn Marching Band. The Dobie Longhorn Band is under the direction of Kevin Erickson, Daniel Gudritis, Clay McNeil, and Tyler Scarberry. Additional staff includes Josh Crocker, Caleb Erickson, Kyle St. Clair, Iveen Vu, Adriel Cruz, Liliana Garcia, Monty Eliquin Perea, and Josue Chaclan. The 2025 Longhorn Band drum majors are Joaquin Ramirez, Anthony Tinajero, and Tatiana Rodriguez. Tonight, the Dobie Band will feature the Longhorn Color Guard in a performance of BTS's Mic Drop. Band members of the week are our amazing band parents. Thank you for all that you do. The Dobie Longhorn Band is proudly sponsored by DeMontron Mazda and by AutoNation Chevrolet and Greater Houston area Chevy dealers. And now, the pride of the South Belt, the Dobie Longhorn Marching Band.
Please welcome to the field for your halftime enjoyment, the pride of Manville High School, the Majestics dance team. Majestics are under the direction of Elaine White and Blair Jacobisi. Dance officers are Lieutenant Danica Davis, Lieutenant Ryan Horn, Lieutenant Kinsley Ott, Lieutenant Aaron Williams, Lieutenant Colonel Avery Bagwell, and our Colonel is Lydia Kennard. Social Committee members are President and Events Chair McKenna Stevens, Co-Vice President and Team Engagement Chair is Tori Taylor. Co-Vice President Public Relations Chair is Jada Ufomadu. Recognition Chair is Ellie Kaspersik. And Chaplain is Mia Platt. Our Majestic of the Week is Erin Williams. Spirit Girl of the Week is Tori Taylor. And our Parent of the Week, voted on by the girls, is Mr. Brandon Ott. Tonight, the Majestics are joined by some special guests. Our wonderful Majestic parents, family members, and even our dance team manager for her first field performance. Together, they will perform their feature routine to the Earth, Wind, and Fire Jam Let's Groove. We dedicate tonight's performance to our seniors. Take it away, Majestics. Let's give it up for our Majestic parents. Majestics would like to thank our sponsors, Smart Core Labs, Tuscan Villa Nails, Studio G Dance, and our platinum sponsor, Hillwood Communities.
Welcome back into Freedom Field. 21-3 the score at halftime. Manville leads. Evan Geiger and Andrew Carter here for you for Legacy Sports Network and Alvin Sports Network. Teams getting ready to retake the field, and some of them already on the field on the end zone on the left side of your screen. Going to go over a few scores real quick. Just a few around the area that I thought might be relevant or interesting to you. Last night, Pearland played South Houston. They beat them 69-0. Wow. We had South Houston last week against Shadow Creek, and it was a similar score, but that's a big blowout there. Santa Fe beat Terry 52-13. C.E. King at the half, 63-0 over Channelview. If I'm not mistaken, Jalen Hurt's dad is still a coach at Channelview. But that is a really rough score at halftime for the Falcons of Channelview. Iowa Colony, another Alvin ISD entity, just right behind the field here. Up 19-0 over Texas City at the half. I don't know if Carson White is still out or not. The UH commit and really just super talented quarterback for Iowa Colony has not played in the last game or the second half of the game prior. Alvin is beating Pasadena Memorials 21-7 near halftime from what I gather. Dickinson is beating Deer Park 45-7. And how about this? Alvin Shadow Creek 55, Rayburn 0 at the half. Just crazy blowout there in Pasadena. And then the shocker, I think, at the half, Summer Creek 10, North Shore nothing.
Yeah, I don't really expect to see that kind of score from a North Shore team at any point in this season, much less as they're trying to gear up for a playoff run.
I never thought North Shore could lose to a 5A team, but South Oak Cliff beat them. And Randall beat South Oak Cliff in the championship last year, so does that mean Randall's the best team in the Houston area? I don't know. I mean, they're pretty good.
Very well could be.
Randall is so good. I've loved getting to cover them the last year and a half, and that's a great team. And I just know we're going to see an absolute knockout fight between them and Iowa Colony at some point in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, after the game they played this season, I feel like we're all, as fans, due to do a rematch between those two very talented teams. And we'll get to that, and we'll see one more entrant into the UIL playoffs, determining the winner of this game. Right now, 21-3 lead for Manville, and it's been kind of all over the place. We've seen scores from Manville on the ground, through the air, and on defense. But again, the score not really telling the whole story. It's been kind of both sides have had really quality drives, but Manville's been able to punch it in. Dobie has not. Get a little recap scoring-wise. Dobie actually started off this game with the first points. Got a field goal off of a fumble from Manville on their first drive. Then Manville scored 21 straight points as Aiden Brown's 6-yard run, followed by a Cam Renfro pass to Dante Mays to make it 14-3 from 20 yards out, and then a 50-yard fumble return from Greedy James to make it 21-3. That's where we are right now as we are set to begin this second half.
Mystery man number 30 to kick it off. Manville has their deep man at the 15. We'll see how Dobie approaches this kickoff. Kick is going to go straight to, I believe that's Kendrick at the 15-yard line. Kendrick with a lot of guys trying to tackle him, and he slipped through all of them. Got up to the 28. A nice return there with not a lot looking like an opportunity there. A nice return indeed. There's like 5 guys in his face. He just changed direction and slipped past all of them.
Yeah. Good shoestring tackle there to limit any further gain on that play.
Manville, I'm expecting them to try to run some clock and continue to pick up first downs and score. Already up 21-3 with the playoffs on the line. Last year, Dobie beat Manville pretty soundly, including a last-minute Hail Mary up by, I believe, 17 points at the time to try to make the playoffs due to a points tiebreaker. This is a run out right side to Mosley. Mosley is still up, finally brought down. Like maybe 2 yards there.
Yeah, for the most part, it's been a really solid performance from this offensive line tonight for Manville. I see Drake Jones back in the game at left tackle. He had left the game briefly with what might have either been a minor injury or something wrong with their shoulder pads. But that time, Dobie defensively, they're fresh out of halftime, trying to get a quick 3 and out to give their offense a chance to put some points on the board in the form of a touchdown.
Brown on the left hip of Renfro. And Renfro looking to pass. Renfro firing it deep, looking for a man. And a diving attempt, but unable to make the catch, as that looks like it was Cameron Fitzgerald. Seen Fitzgerald with a big gain earlier.
Yeah, play action, trying to take a shot. And again, we've talked about it in this game. No official targets for Carter St. Junius. Only one on a free play that was incomplete, inevitably accepted for a 5-yard penalty. So not the kind of game we're used to seeing from St. Junius, but his gravity as a whole has opened up the lanes for other receivers to try and make plays. I already have seen one for a touchdown earlier.
3rd down and 8. Renfro going to run left side. Looking to pass, sets his feet, fires one up for St. Junius. St. Junius just doesn't make the catch. One of the best receivers around, and he had a shot at that ball. Just couldn't grab it.
And we'll see the replay here. I think he might have overran it. Rolling out, Renfro throws the ball down the field, and you see St. Junius kind of cut across, but kind of overran it, went right through his hands. Normally a catch we expect him to make. Instead of 3 and out, exactly what the Longhorn defense needed.
6'3", 180-pound star sophomore receiver would have had a chance at a huge play there. Couldn't make it. Now punt. Big swing there. And this is going to bounce and take a Manville roll. They'll let it roll as far as it does, and it looks like it'll die at the 23-yard line. Nice punt there. Field flipper, 47 yards there from McClanahan.
It looked like some miscommunication from both of the returnmen. They were both looking at each other, seeing if one of them was going to get to the ball. Instead, it rolls for an extra 10 yards, and those extra yards can loom large for an offense that has really had to drive the length of the football field and not even scored a touchdown yet.
Manville really unable to take a lot of time off the clock, just 1 minute and 10 seconds with a couple of incomplete passes. And here is a handoff going forward for Hodges. And not a lot of running room there, but he picks up a couple.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see some urgency here from the Longhorns. Season on the line, down multiple scores. I wouldn't be surprised if they were in 4-down territory the rest of this ball game. And it starts with getting Hodges going in a more consistent capacity. He's had a few runs he's gashed him for so far in this game, but nothing game-breaking just quite yet.
Looking to pass, and there's Miles, and he hits a man in the hands. It's Marcus Jones, but he drops it. So we didn't see Miles at all in the first half. This time in the second half, it is Miles instead of Oscar Hernandez, who played the whole first half, minus a couple of plays that Titus Randall was in there. But, I mean, after halftime, it looked like Miles was a third-string quarterback.
Yeah. Not sure if they sat him out for some disciplinary reason, potentially, but he's back in the game now, their usual starting quarterback, and needed that catch there to try and make it third and more manageable.
3rd and 9, Miles rolling out left. Miles firing, has a man wide open, just sitting in the zone. And that is, of course, Nolan Thomas, their leading receiver.
Nolan Thomas has been pretty quiet so far in this game. They've been targeting Marcus Jones a lot more, but that time Thomas settles himself in between the zone, gets the pass, turns it upfield. Big gain here for the Longhorns, trying to make something shake.
Big gain up to the 48, 1st and 10. Handoff going right side. And Hodges able to stay up after initial contact. Looks like an injured Longhorn on the field.
Injury timeout.
Hopefully he's going to be all right.
Well, whoever it was, it looked pretty minor. They're already walking off the field. I'm not sure who the injury timeout was for. Everyone was already standing. Oh, wait, I see it.
It was Nolan Thomas.
Yeah, he was kind of buried on the far side of the field. Jogging to the sideline, though, so he appears to be okay.
It's going to be big for Dobie, their leading receiver, entering this game. It's been a lot of Marcus Jones, but Nolan Thomas throughout the year has been their guy. Second down and 8 from midfield. Couple of minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. Miles hands off to Taylor, left side, and Taylor nowhere to go. A loss of a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Can't really afford to have many negative plays here as the minutes in this game dwindle. That time, great job tackling. Looked like first there was Emery Maxey, the linebacker.
Greedy James came in to clean it up. It's 3rd and 9 from the 49, a yard away from midfield. Need to get to the 42 of Manville for a first down. Hodges on the right hip.
They've converted these distances before.
Rolling out right. Looking to pass, fires, and hits Taylor in the knee. The ball got on him quick and hit him in the knee and ricocheted back the other direction. An incomplete pass, and it's going to be a punt.
Yeah, low throw. You see Miles rolling out to his right. Zips it in really quick, but that's a catch you got to make. Hits him right in the gut.
Yeah, I think it hit him in the gut, not the knee, but I thought maybe it hit the right on the point of the knee because it bounced so far back the other direction.
That was a lot of ricochet on that ball. Either way, though, tough way. I mean, they've had good possessions, just haven't been able to capitalize.
Oh, the punt was nearly blocked. They run into the punter, and it's going to be a flag. Might give Dobie a first down. Looks like Jorge Torres was the punter who got hit there, and Manville had a clear shot to block that punt.
Yeah, they got close. I don't blame them for trying to go for it, but they weren't able to get there, and now it's just a matter of if it was running into or roughing.
I think they just missed they had the chance to block the punt because they were so through the line so fast, but they just didn't touch the ball. They just hit the punter.
Personal foul, running into the kicker. Defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So running into the punter is supposed to be 5 yards.
It's supposed to be a 5-yard, I think.
It would have still been 4th down, but roughing.
Correction. Roughing the kicker.
Yeah. So there's a correction. So it's a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down, and that is huge for Dobie.
That is a backbreaker, their 5th penalty of the game. Penalty is starting to become a big part of the story of this game, and that time gives a first down to a Longhorn offense that desperately is trying to keep their hopes alive.
Ball at the 36 of Manville, and that could be really a second life for this Dobie offense here in the third quarter. Motion Jones, and they'll give it to Hodges. Hodges breaks out of a tackle, and Maxey is trying to bring him down. So are 4 other Mavericks finally up to the 20, and that is what DeMarcus Hodges can do for you. See him celebrating.
I mean, what else can you say about this kid that already hasn't been said before? Just effort, determination, shiftiness, and power in his legs. Look at him. He's dragging 2 extra guys on him, an extra 7 yards.
He had 5 different Mavericks with hands on him.
What a player.
Ball at the 20, right at the red zone. It's going to be a handoff going left side, and that's a nice little blocking scheme there as they get him up to around the 14, a 6-yard gain. There was a big hole there set by his offensive line.
Yeah, a hallmark of all great running backs is patience, letting the blocks develop, trying to find the right hole that opens up, even if it's a little later. And Hodges, so good at selecting where he wants to go. You'll see this. He waits. And this is that prior play. I mean, gosh, he is just such a powerful running back. Maybe not the biggest out there, but he knows how to make things happen.
Handoff. Changing directions, going right side, and not much. Looks like a gain of a couple.
If you're Dobie, you absolutely need a touchdown here. I think it is, unless it's 4th and forever, you are absolutely going for it. You can't afford to be settling for field goals, especially with how these drives have gone for Dobie. Very long, very winding, pretty much exclusively on the ground now. And that clock is ticking. You got to score here.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if you took a sack. Otherwise, I think you have to go for it on 4th down. Taylor is in there, not Hodges. Play clock at 4, 3. It's going to be a handoff to Taylor. Taylor, oh, and he's got a big hole. Taylor's in! A touchdown for Dobie, and it's Adrian Taylor with a 12-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2. Dobie has made it closer now, 21-9 currently, 21-10 pending the extra point. Extra point coming here from number 30. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-10, Manville leads after the 12-yard touchdown run from Adrian Taylor. We'll take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network. Be right back.
Maybe you're like them, with strains and sniffles. That's why Houston Methodist has primary care near you, with a network of specialists and same-day clinics to keep you healthy. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it for you. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
.643 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-10. After the 12-yard touchdown from Adrian Taylor, we'll see the kickoff.
You know, that was a huge possession there for Dobie. We mentioned it. They needed a touchdown on that drive, and they were able to get one. Now a much closer game, and we'll see if this Dobie defense can force another 3 and out here.
Kick is away, and it looks like they're just going to let it bounce in the end zone. Oh, wow, he picked it up, and he's going to return it. Down at the 6. It was right on the edge of the end zone, and he picked it up.
Yeah, he looked unsure of whether or not that ball was going into the end zone. It was kind of straddling that line. The boundary judge didn't call it. You'll see it on the replay here. The ball bounces, and yeah, it's straddling that line perfectly. He doesn't. Well, the referee was making the motion for touchback right when the returner picked it up, so a bit of confusion there. It ends up being Manville having the ball within their own 10-yard line. Really odd play there, setting this Mavericks offense deep in their own territory.
Manville takes over at their own 8. Motions a man across, and it's going to be a handoff and a nice run. 1st down, it looks like. Needed 10, got exactly 10. A Longhorn looks shaken up. We'll see if he's all right.
Another good run there for Zayden Brown. He has really been a nice change of pace back.
Gonna be a handoff again, and look like a little counter there. No gain, or maybe a yard, if anything. Should be 2nd down and 9. Motion a man, shotgun snap, and it's going to be a handoff again, and pushing the pile a couple of yards. Once again, Zayden Brown.
Yeah, Renfro and this Mavericks offense have been a lot more inclined to put the ball on the ground and run it. Haven't seen them air it out as they often like to do.
We saw that really good drive by Mosley, but other than that, I mean, I feel like that was the one drive he really got the ball consistently.
Yeah.
Now he's in the backfield, and Brown is blocking, and Renfro's going to take off and run. He gets around the edge, and a big run, a big hole for Renfro. Renfro makes a man miss. Renfro tackled from behind. A touchdown saving tackle by Clayton Washington, but a huge gain for Renfro. They'll spot it at the 42. That is a 35-yard run.
Great keep from Cam Renfro. They needed that first down real bad. Now they're operating in Dobie territory, trying to get some get back for that touchdown from Dobie.
Fantastic play, and Renfro showing off the wheels. Had over 500 rushing yards and over 8 touchdowns this season entering play tonight. And Renfro's going to keep it himself. He stumbles, and and a big hit. What a shot from Desmond Talib.
Well, Talib, one of the captains on this team, and you see why. Laying the boom there. Still a good gain from Renfro, but you'll see him come across the formation and just lay the hit stick down. Big tackle.
Looked like something at the end of the play there, but Talib with a huge hit on Renfro. Manville in business. 2nd down and 1. A 35-yard run by Renfro, and then a 9-yard run. It's going to be a handoff here to, is that Mosley? Mosley brought down around the 21, a gain of 18 and a first down.
And we were waiting for the chunk plays for Manville. They're starting to get them in bunches now. This time a simple handoff up the middle, but Mosley patient, makes a few moves and gets a nice gain of 18, just about at the cusp of the red area.
Dobie had some momentum after that touchdown, but Manville has really taken it away here on this drive. We'll see if they can add to their lead. It's going to be Brown. No, Renfro keeps it himself. Renfro trying to bounce it outside. Renfro's going to try to get the edge, and Renfro's going to coast into a hit. It looks like just 3 yards on the play there, and he ran a lot. Really utilizing the legs of Renfro.
Clayton Washington, he's been on St. Junius duty, but that time setting the edge and
looks like
laying
Renfro
the boom on. I'm about to say lay the boom on Renfro. It looks like Renfro laid the boom on him. Either way, he stopped them in a 2nd and 7 coming up. Haven't really called Washington's name a lot tonight, but that's because he's been doing such a great job on St. Junius.
Motion the man across, and this time it's a pass to St. Junius. There it is, and he's going to be tackled by Washington, just hanging on for dear life by the ankles.
Right, when I say that, they go back to St. Junius, and this is something I thought I'd see a lot more of. Some simple, easy plays for St. Junius to try and get him out in space. That time, one-on-one against Clayton Washington. Gets the catch and is able to squirm forward a bit.
They're blowing it dead. Dobie was trying to substitute, and Dobie actually uses a timeout. That could be huge.
Yeah.
First charge timeout.
You're going to need every timeout you can get.
21-10 with 2:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break on the Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network. .224 to go. And how big is that time out there?
Yeah, I mean, in a game that you're trailing by, as the score is right now, 2 possessions, you're going to need the timeouts you can manage to hold on to as we're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter, about to start the 4th in 2.5 minutes. And especially for a team that likes to run the ball as much as Dobie does, you really need to hold on to as many timeouts as you can. You can't really afford to waste them on silly plays like substitutions. And even then, even if it was a penalty, they're at the 7-yard line. It would have been, what, half the distance to the goal. Might have been better off just eating that penalty.
1st and goal from the 7. Handoff, and a little bit of a exchange issue there as Mosley's tackled down at the 1. A 6-yard gain on 1st and goal from the 7. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 As Mosley was like,
oh, wow.
He had it behind his back.
Wow.
Eric Mosley with the focus.
I mean, that could have been disastrous.
I think it was a read option, and Renfro was trying to pull it out.
Renfro tried to pull it out, but holding on to it was Mosley, and he's lucky he was able to keep it. That could have been on the ground.
I think they go to Mosley here on second and goal from the 1. They do, and he is at the goal line. Is it a touchdown? It's close. Looks like they're going to say he's short. Taking some more time off, though. We'll see. I mean, this is a really short yard here, half a yard.
Yeah, great job holding firm. This interior defensive line for Dobie not yielding.
See a tush push or something here, something simple. They're not going to do it. They're going to stay in the shotgun, but Brown on the right hip. They go to Brown, and Brown is in, but the ball came out. They blew it dead. I heard the whistle. Dobie wants the ball. Dobie is irate. I think they blew it dead.
Did he cross the plane before he lost it? The referee's conferring.
This is a huge call.
This might decide the season here for Dobie.
The official's telling Dobie to get out of the way. And I understand why Dobie is upset. It sounded like a whistle, blew it away, and the official's telling all the players to get away. You see right there, Desmond Talib still.
They're calling it Dobie ball.
Unbelievable. I feel like on third and such a short half yard, like go for something simple, a sneak. I mean, it's so easy. You get 2 shots at a sneak from the half yard line, and they hand it off. He reaches for the end zone and just fumbles it.
I mean, the run play has been working for you so far here tonight. I can't blame them for going for that. But like you said, something easy and simple, a tush push. You're not even a full yard out from the end zone. Instead, another turnover for this Manville offense, and the door is starting to creep a little more open here for Dobie.
A great drive by Manville, I felt, to counterpunch after the touchdown. But you got to score points there.
Absolutely. I'd love to see a replay and see if we can see if he maybe crossed the plane before he fumbled, but as of right now, Dobie has the ball in the half-yard line, and the biggest concern for them right now is just trying to get some extra breathing room.
Second and goal at the 1 with this rushing offense has to be a touchdown. That's just a huge mistake. The fumbles, that's 11 fumbles this year. Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Is that a safety? Is that a safety? We'll see. They'll say he got to the 1. Not a safety. Manville wanted it, didn't get it. 99 yards of field in front of him again.
This has been one heck of a game, Evan.
We saw this at the end of the first quarter. Now at the end of the third quarter, history repeats itself. 2nd and 10 from the 1 yard line. That ball is not even at the 1. It's at the half yard line. I'm expecting Manville to try to get a safety here. It would be a backbreaker. Handoff, and he's going to break through the line and pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. That was Hodges. Give him, I believe, 1 yard. That should be the last play of the third quarter. Yep, down at the 2. We'll take a break. After 3 quarters, it's 21-10 Manville.
That ends the third quarter.
You've got a lot to manage. Houston Methodist has a lot to offer. Convenient primary care, personalized orthopedics, and the latest cancer treatments in one manageable system. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. For you, Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
(21-10) at the start of the fourth quarter. Andrew, 11 fumbles for Manville, 17 turnovers this season. And, I mean, that's... I just don't know. That's the most fumbles in the district. And you're a playoff team, potentially, with a win tonight. I mean, that hurts.
I mean, that's a chance to close out the game. You score there, you go up 28-10 with a quarter left, and with how this Dobie offense operates, that's going to take a lot of time off the clock, and you're down by 18 points. That's hard to come back from, but instead you fumble. You're only down 11, and even though it's a 3rd and long here, Dobie has converted these before. So Longhorn's not dead yet, and just Manville just playing with their food right now.
3rd and 9 at the 2 and running forward, but kind of tripped up there after a short gain. It looks like they'll have to punt. But I know you weren't there for these games, but they played Shadow Creek and they played Barbers Hill, and in both games were 7 points or less they lost by. In both games they had crucial fumbles. I mean, you're talking about potentially 2 more wins and a district win that would have put you for sure in the playoffs coming into the night if you hang on to the ball.
Yeah, it's just stuff that coaches preach all the time you have to clean up. And if this score holds, they'll be in the playoffs. But when it comes to these one-possession games, you can't afford to choke them away with turnovers.
Return man set up at the 31, and the punt's not even going to make it there. It takes a Manville bounce, and now it takes a Dobie bounce. It took 2 different bounces there and goes to the 32. When's the last time you've seen a punter set up at the 31-yard line? That is crazy. Had to kick it from their own end zone.
It's been a crazy game, Evan. We've seen a lot of weird stuff. But this tends to happen when 2 teams are fighting for their playoff lives. And even though the score has it at 2 possessions of a difference, it might end up being a photo finish with how weird this game has been.
The return man was right, too. He set up at the 31. The ball ended up being downed at the 31 after a high punt. So Manville still, after all that in business, up 11 points with less than an entire quarter left to go. It's a handoff. No, looking to... Oh, he is going to run it. Okay, Renfro sold me. Looks like Mosley picked up 2. Renfro's pretty good with the play fakes.
Little Terry coming in now for Manville.
TCU commit is a long snapper. Ball at the 29. It's going to be a handoff to Mosley. Mosley down at the 25-yard line. Be 3rd down and about 4.
Very interesting. If Dobie gets a stop here, do you consider the field goal here with McClanahan? If you're Manville, still keeps the 2-possession game, but that will require Dobie to score twice.
McClanahan's long is a 38-yarder. And a handoff to Mosley. Mosley gets around the edge. Mosley's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Down to the 18. A gain of 7 and a 1st down for Manville. Is going to choose some more clock and just what Manville needed.
Yeah, Manville more than content to try and drain some more of this clock, but no matter what happens, they want points on this drive. Can't afford another turnover here, trying to put this game away.
Running some play clock there, and Renfro's going to take it himself, going right side. Renfro around the outside edge, and he's cut down. A touchdown-saving tackle again, potentially, by Clayton Washington, who keeps nipping at the heels of the Manville Mavericks.
Yeah, Dobie has bent a lot defensively, but they haven't broke, but this might be the tipping point here.
Ball at the 12-yard line. Need to get to the 8 for a 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Hand off to Mosley. Mosley plows ahead. Mosley still up and falls down after another yard or so.
I'm going to call him about a yard short, it looks like. Maybe like even less than that.
So one of the Manville offensive linemen and one of the Dobie defensive linemen were kind of having some extracurriculars, but no flags. And both teams trying to play clean football now. 3rd and 1. Renfro bobbles it a little bit, but gives it to Mosley, who picks it up anyway. Mosley still on his feet, and a nice run down to about the 2-yard line or so. Another kind of a bobble there.
Well, so here we are again. 1st and goal. About a yard or two to go, and with a chance to put the game away. You
Going
saw
quick. They had an extra man on the field, it looked like. No flag. I don't see a flag.
There is a flag on the far side.
Okay, one of the Dobie defenders ran off the field late. Let's count them. I think they only have 10.
Defense. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That won't kill you.
They had 12. Yeah, they had 12 on the field, and the linebacker came running off. That was Orlando Gomez. So half the distance. Mark it right at the 1 yard line. We'll see. Once again, we've already seen this situation. And it's going to be Renfro. Renfro dives for the pylon. And it looks like a touchdown. Renfro runs it in. His 9th rushing touchdown. (27-10). The score was 7:51 to go. It looks like a Dobie Longhorn is injured. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
Timeout.
Definitely hope he's going to be okay. Not sure who it is yet, but a big play there for Manville to try to inch closer to the playoffs. Extra point pending after the injury timeout.
That touchdown really making things hard for Dobie. Now less than 8 minutes to play here in the 4th. Down 17, potentially 18, and that touchdown just might be the nail in the coffin for their season unless they can make something happen here.
McClanahan to try to make it an 18-point lead. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-10 with 7:51 to go. Manville in the driver's seat, up 3 scores, and not a lot of time for Dobie. Renfro once again dove for it, and the ball came out again.
Oh, man.
But able to fall on it there was the offensive lineman, Paulo Camacho.
Well, that time it looked like he pretty clearly broke the plane before he lost the ball, but never can be too safe. Good on Camacho there for doing the smart thing and falling on it just in case, but really good drive there. Had the short field in Manville and finally able to punch it in from that close.
I think the coaching staff has done a phenomenal job for Manville with the play calling tonight. I think every play they've called pretty much has been a winner. The only thing I would say is work on the quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Let's learn it. I mean, you've had several fumbles at the goal line.
Just ball security in general needs to be something to be stressed. It's been a consistent problem for the Mavericks all year on offense, and going into the playoffs, those fumbles will cost you big time.
Manville has got to play cleaner if they want to make a deep run in the playoffs. Getting in as the 4th seed cannot hurt themselves. Here's the return, and there's a big hole, and that's Marcus Jones, who turned around the 26-yard line. He turned completely around in a 180. I don't know if the ball almost got ripped out of his hands or what, but he completely started facing the other direction. Here's the return. Got a head full of steam, found a hole, and then he turned around.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe just uber ball security there, but either way, I'm not sure I've ever seen a returner turn a full 180.
Ball's at the 28. Looking to pass. Really nothing doing there, but oh no, that's a man wide open, and this is going to be a touchdown unless Jones gets tracked down, but no, he's gone. On the first play, 72 yards, the touchdown pass to Jones. That was Miles, the quarterback.
Well, just when you think Dobie's down and out, they come on the first play of this drive. Great concept there. Kind of a mesh on the left side of the formation, and Jones kind of snuck out on a wheel route, found himself wide open with his defender legally picked off. Was off to the races. He dropped a pass like that earlier in the game. You know he regretted that, but makes up for it here with a huge touchdown.
Looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Ball at the 3-yard line. And there's going to be a trick play. They go to Nolan Thomas, now fire it to Miles, and it's going to be caught. The 2-point conversion is good. Thomas to Miles. Is that like a Philly special?
Yeah, that was a Philly special.
It's a 10-point lead for Manville. Dobie. So here's the play. There was really nothing doing except for Jones, who got a huge, huge open field. Wilder almost ran him down, but Marcus Jones just fast enough to evade Wilder. 28-18. What a ball game we've seen.
This game is not over yet, Evan, and for a passing attack that was largely dormant all season for Dobie, coming to life here when they absolutely need it the most. Now, the Dobie defense, after only 1 play of rest, has to go back on the field, try and get a 3-and-out and get the offense back on the field.
You know what I think so far, the one play that has stood out in this ball game? The Greedy James fumble return touchdown. If you take that play away, I don't know what we're looking at here. This could be easily a Dobie win, I think. If you take that one play away, Dobie has a very good shot at winning this ball game, but still down by 10 points with 7:32 to go. They only have 2 timeouts. I still don't know if they can come back and win this game.
Gave themselves a better chance, though. You'd rather be down 10 than 18.
Huge, huge change there, and it's going to be a short kick picked up by Xavier Green, and he's going to make a couple of guys miss and drag a tackler up to the 27. Dobie doing a great job of making it closer. I don't know. It's going to be really tough to win this game with the current, you know, you watch a game on ESPN, it says 99% win chance.
Yeah.
I think that's what Manville's still looking at if they can just hang on to the ball.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Manville goes about play calling here. Do you operate your normal offense? They would like to go in the air a lot, try and go for the kill shot here with more points with the risk of an incompletion stopping the clock, or do you put it on the ground more, try and take more of this clock away?
I think they've done a great job running the ball, and I think they're going to continue to stick with that here as they go to Mosley, and Mosley falls forward. I mean, hey, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards is a first down.
Take that every time. At some point, the Longhorn defense is going to start collapsing, knowing that Manville wants to run more of this clock off.
I think if you get a matchup or a look you really like, you air it out, or, you know, 3rd and long or something like that. But until they stop the run, I think you have to keep running it and running as much clock as you can. With the way Dobie's been scoring points, I mean, you really just need to run off clock. Here is a handoff again up the middle, and pushing for a couple. Looks like just a 2-yard gain this time. So now it's going to be 3rd and 4. And Mosley's the guy they trust. Malone Hayes has fumbled. Zayden Brown has fumbled. Even Renfro has fumbled, even though it counted as a touchdown and not a fumble. Mosley's the guy they trust and continuing to give him the rock.
Third and 4. You whole playbook's really open for you right now, and I don't know, do you go for it here if you don't get it?
See what happens here. Renfro fires a screen out there, has a man, makes a man miss, picks up a first down, and down at the 40, that was Bryson Jones, junior receiver. Big first down there.
Great job by the blockers getting out in space. Mosley among them alongside A.C. Johnson. Haven't seen him a lot in the formation, but that time as a blocker. Great job.
10 from the 40. Mavericks working a little quicker than I thought. Go right side. Mosley with a big hole. Mosley still running. Mosley drags a tackler up to the 23. Finally making the tackle was Tyson Riley, but a huge run for Eric Mosley.
I mean, simple concept, just outside run, and defensive backs playing off so much. Gave him a free chunk of yardage before they were able to touch him.
39-yard run for Mosley, another Alvin ISD to Alvin ISD transfer coming over from Iowa Colony. Big part of the Pioneers last year, but I think he was hurt, didn't play much in the playoffs or at all, if I remember correctly. That deep run, and they go to Mosley again, and Mosley working his way forward. If I'm not mistaken, I remember the first time I covered Iowa Colony in the playoffs, their leading rusher was Eric Mosley. So in the playoffs, I go into the game thinking it's going to be all Eric Mosley. I don't think he touched the ball at all or went in the game, so I don't remember exactly what the reasoning was, but he comes over to Manville this year, and he's been so good, averaging over 10 yards a carry. And they have running backs. Malone Hayes and Brown can do it too, but this guy is special.
One thing they're absolutely stressing right now is ball security. You hold on to that football no matter what.
Malone Hayes might get another carry here for the first time since the first quarter. Malone Hayes trying to get around the edge. It looks like he does, but he's brought down at the 18. A big hit there. And it was Howard whose helmet came off. Gain of a couple.
Field goal would put you up by 13. Still a 2-possession game, but you'd be forcing 2 touchdowns from Dobie.
3rd and 7 here at the 18. Need to get to the 11. The all-red unis for Manville there in the red zone. Malone Hayes still the back. And Renfro's going to run it himself right side. A lot of Dobie Longhorns in the way, but Renfro avoids a couple of tacklers and then slips forward for a couple of yards, maybe 2. It's going to be 4th and long, and you're up by 10. Still be a 2-score game with a field goal, so I think they're going to go for it. Looks like 4th and 6. 4th and medium, I should say.
Letting that clock tick, too. If they let it go all the way down, they'll get this playoff with about 3 minutes and 7 seconds left.
They might call a timeout of their own when it gets to 1. We'll see if that's what they do. Doesn't look like they're ready to snap it anytime soon.
Might even talk it over, see if maybe they do want the field goal.
3:08 on the clock, maybe 3:07 when they call the timeout. A huge 4th and 6 upcoming.
First timeout of the half.
Both teams have 2 timeouts in this 10-point game. And we'll see, like you said, they'll talk about it. Maybe they go for it. Maybe they kick a field goal. Who knows? Not a lot of time left. I think picking up a first down, though, will pretty much kill Dobie's chances at winning this game and making the playoffs.
Yeah, Dobie with still 2 timeouts to their name. You'd prefer to have all 3, but having anything to kill the clock is nice. But right now, you just need to stop.
Dobie's going to, or Manville rather, is going to have to lock in on defense, though. That play to Marcus Jones is, I mean, you can't have a guy get that open on the first play of the drive.
Like the field goal unit is out here for Manville.
See, McClanahan, this is going to be a 34-yarder. Mentioned the long is 38. I've seen him in warm-ups. He could make it from further, but 38 the long this season. 34 yards in front of him here. We'll see if they can make it a 31-18 lead. Renfro to hold. Snap, the kick, it's up, and it is good. 31-18, Manville leads with 3:02 to go after a 34-yard field goal from McClanahan. Logan McClanahan puts Manville up by 13. How about that drive? We're taking a lot of time off the clock. I think about 5 minutes there.
Absolutely. Super crucial there for Manville to get any points on the board, but more importantly, to take time off of the clock. And again, Mosley getting it done on the ground. He has been the catalyst for this Mavericks offense and helping to put Manville in a better position to win this game.
31-18, teams out there for the kickoff. 3:02 to go. Got tickets you can't use? Let Quick Assist help. One app lists your tickets on every marketplace simultaneously and takes the hassle out of reselling your tickets. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere. McClanahan the other McClanahan, Braden, the senior, to kick it deep. Manville definitely in a good position if they can prevent Dobie from scoring a touchdown on this drive. Kick will be fielded at the 13-yard line. Blocking sets up nicely for Taylor, but he's going to be tripped up around the 33. Clock under 3 minutes now. Mentioned both teams just have 2 timeouts. Manville in the driver's seat.
Well, we thought Dobie was kind of dead in the water in their last possession. All they ended up doing was scoring on the first play. Really good job drawing up that play call.
It was 28-10 with like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, really was not looking good for Dobie, but that touchdown just exactly what the doctor ordered. One play. Didn't take any time off the clock. Miles looking to pass, rolling out right. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds a man, a missed tackle. Now on the run, a lot of room to run. Reverses field and dragged down to the 38, and the passing game has come alive. Guess who? It's Marcus Jones.
Marcus Jones making a name for himself out here. Flag down.
I think there's going to be a hold maybe on Dobie after the catch.
Block in the back. Offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
We'll see if it was after the catch or what. Looks like they're moving back quite a bit, but still a big gain of 10 yards. All said and done.
Just something you can't afford to have happen.
First and 10 from the 48, 2 yards away from midfield. They go to Hodges. Hodges looking to pass. Hodges firing it deep. Hodges into coverage, and it's going to fall incomplete. After Hodges threw a pick earlier, I didn't think they'd let him throw it again, but they do. And he threw it into triple coverage, looking for Nolan Thomas.
You can argue that was a better result than the last time he threw it when it was an interception wiped out by a defensive holding call. Either way, that time it was in a double coverage. Better that it fell incomplete.
The DBs never turned and looked for it. They could have picked it off.
Yeah, lucky they could have.
They were
I
worried
think
about
this time
chasing
you just let Miles assume the throwing duties from here on.
Miles did not play at all in the first half, and here's a flag.
False start.
Miles did not play at all in the first half and has come into the second half, and the team has scored 15 points as opposed to 3 in the first half.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
False start moves them back to the 43. It'll be 2nd and 15.
It's 2 penalties and 3 plays. Inopportune time for them to start piling up.
Down by 13 points with 2.5 minutes to go. It's not over, but it's getting tough. They need another big chunk play. Miles rolling out left, looking to pass. Miles going to tuck it and run, and Miles going to break a tackle, but get back to around the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 11.
He's lucky he ducked. Ellis Phillips was coming in with an attitude adjustment. He made the tackle. Clock still running. Looks like we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout.
See if they can snap it one more time here. They do. Just get it off. Miles on the run, rolling out right. Fires it and just can't make the catch there. Was looking for Taylor, and the throw was behind him. So it's going to be 4th and 11 after the 2-minute timeout. And this is really a 4th and 11 they're going to have to pick up, or their season will end. With 1:57 to go, Manville leads 31-18 here on the Legacy Sports Network and Alvin Sports Network. We'll keep it right here. How big is this 4th down?
I mean, it's your season on the line for Dobie. At this point, your only hope is getting either a field goal or a touchdown on this drive. No matter what happens, you do the onside kick afterwards, and then depending on what you score, hope for a miracle. But none of that matters if you can't convert this 4th and long here.
See if we can quickly find some other scores from around the Alvin ISD area.
Well, the future opponent for the winner of this game, Hightower, won resoundingly against Elkins last night. They await the winner of this one.
I got Iowa Colony up 40-7 over Texas City.
Yeah.
Alvin up 28-17 over Pasadena Memorial. And here's a huge 4th and 11 here with 1:57 to go. This is for your season. This is for your game. This is for everything. Miles looking to pass. Miles steps up, fires it, has a man wide open, running around up to the 28. It's Nolan Thomas. Miles finding the man in the middle of the zone defense.
When you need him the most, Nolan Thomas getting in there, making a play to keep your season alive.
Pasadena, Dobie going quick. Miles looking to the end zone, fires, and a diving effort incomplete. There is a flag. Looks like Collins or Lazard maybe on the coverage might get flagged there. And that would be very bad for Manville. We'll see what they rule here.
Well, it's got to be pass interference, I think.
See what the big call is here.
I mean, that was a huge 4th down conversion, though.
Massive.
They're already moving the ball up, so it looks like they are going to call pass interference.
They never...
Defensive pass interference. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Wow. Ball is moved all the way up to the 14. 1:31 to go. Dobie, they can score a touchdown, can make it really interesting. Miles looking to pass. Miles fires. Miles incomplete over the middle to nobody. It's going to be 2nd and 10. We talk about the importance of running clock. Shadow Creek was up 55-0 at half. They won 62-0.
Yeah, it's been anything but a running clock here.
You want to be real surprised? Summer Creek 27, North Shore 0, final score.
Wow.
North Shore beaten again after losing the season opener to South Oak Cliff, a 5A team. Here's 2nd and 10 in what is a really, really, really important game for these two teams. Play clock winding down. Miles going to have to snap it quickly. The motion of man across. Miles. That's actually Randall. Randall's going to take off and run. Randall gets around the edge, but he's tackled at the 10. And I think Dobie is going to try to run in and call a timeout, and they do.
Timeout.
That's another
Dobie.
Huge tackle from Emery Maxey. Already had one earlier in this half on a one-on-one situation. That time chases down Randall. He would have scored otherwise, but Maxey, fantastic tackle in open space. Forces a timeout as well.
It's going to be 3rd and 6 from the 10-yard line with 1:20 to go. And Dobie, I think, would really have liked to score without using a timeout, but don't have a choice there. They really can't afford to let too much more time run off the clock. Need to dial up your best play here on 3rd and 6. Not only try to pick up a 1st down, but try to get in the end zone. And then you're going to have to hope for an onside kick. You don't have the timeouts to stop Manville and get the ball back, so they're going to have to score, get an onside kick, and then maybe hope for a Hail Mary or something.
Yeah.
I think Manville has been caught off guard by some of these deep passes, but I think it's going to be tough for Dobie to do it in an obvious passing situation. I think Manville has a good enough defense to stop a Hail Mary, but when they're sold out to stop Hodges, it's tough. 3rd and 6, what do? They give it to Hodges, and Hodges falls. It looks like the ball came out, and Manville has it! Hodges fumbles, and Manville comes away, and that is going to seal it. That is heartbreaking for Dobie.
We've talked about the turnover margin for Manville all night. Their offense has let the ball slip away time and time again, but when they needed it the absolute most, the defense comes up clutch, gets a fumble, and stamps their way into the UIL playoffs.
1:15 to go. Dobie just has one timeout. And Manville, 4 fumbles in this game. And Hodges is a really good running back. Malone, Hayes, and Brown are really good running backs. 4 fumbles, not I mean, neither team can be happy with the fumbles, but Manville's going to be the beneficiary the most. Hodges with a game-ending fumble and a fumble that resulted in a touchdown.
That's the difference in this ball game.
Hand off up the middle and cut down at the 11. Ball security's got to be the name of the game here.
I mean, you take away that touchdown from Greedy James, which scored them a touchdown. You only need one touchdown to tie it for Dobie in this situation without that prior score. Instead, you fumble again, and that effectively seals your doom for the Longhorns.
Got to feel for Hodges. I feel like he was the best player on the field tonight.
Yeah, there's no one else you want in that situation with the ball for Dobie. Just unfortunate that it happened there in this situation.
2 big fumbles. They're going to kneel this. Renfro drops to a knee. And that is going to do it, I think. Maybe one more snap. Dobie didn't use their timeout, I don't believe. So that should do it for this one. Manville is going to go to the playoffs. Manville going to win with a final score of 31-18. Manville improves to 7-3.
End of the ball game.
And 6-2 in district. So how about Manville with a big win? 31-18 the final score. Great job by Manville play calling. I think the ground game was very good for them tonight. Renfro threw the ball maybe less than normal, I think, but had a good showing. Really impressed with his legs, and the defense stepped up to stop Hodges and Dobie when they needed to. What are your thoughts, Andrew?
I mean, just a fantastic game. Congratulations to the Manville Mavericks that'll be advancing in the playoffs. And really, like you said, really great job on offense, even kind of going away from their usual game plan. Didn't put the ball in the air a lot, didn't really target Carter St. Junius a whole lot, but Eric Mosley making things happen, Ken Renfro getting in on the action on the ground, and you feel for the Longhorns tonight. They put up a really good fight, show that they had potentially what it takes to make the playoffs, but you mentioned those fumbles, one to end the game and one to put 7 on the board for Manville. That is quite literally the difference in this ball game, and it just goes to show you football will always be a game of inches.
I think Dobie could have won this game, barring those 2 fumbles. Obviously, that would be a game with no turnovers for them, and that might be what needed to happen. For Manville, you got to clean up the fumbles. I mean, 11 fumbles. You had a negative turnover ratio entering this in a top-heavy district where the top 5 teams are consistently just beating up on the lower teams. You can't go into the final game with a negative turnover ratio, and they still have it going into the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be playing a very good Fort Bend Hightower team that does not really miss out on opportunities to capitalize on those kind of mistakes. You mentioned top-heavy districts.
Yeah.
District 21 is also pretty top-heavy. So Hightower among the upper echelon. Manville going to have a lot to think about going into that game, but they've earned the right to dance.
Manville did stun Hightower last year. I was there in Fort Bend, and they stunned him with the backup quarterback, Braden Tuiasosopo, who's no longer here with his dad taking a coaching job for the Lions. But Renfro was out in that game, and they still won, so I wouldn't count Manville out in that game.
Absolutely, but you know the Hurricanes remember that, so they're going to want their get-back this year, and, I mean, that's going to be a fantastic game. And, again, congratulations to the Mavericks. They have earned their way into the UIL playoffs with a fantastic season. Finished 7-3, 6-2 in district. They have earned the right to keep playing on into the playoffs, and I'm excited to see what they do.
It's going to be Pearland, Dawson, Shadow Creek, and Manville out of this district, making the playoffs. Dobie, a close 5th finish. And that is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much to everyone at Alvin ISD for making these broadcasts possible this year. Alvin Sports Network and Legacy Sports Network. Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Good evening. Please welcome to the field for your post-game entertainment, the Mighty Maverick Marching Band. Tonight, the drum majors are Eden Scott, Lillian Hammonds, Abigail Edwards, and Bella Rodriguez. Directors are Nathan Pear, Aaron Espinoza, and Ruben Dean. Director of Percussion is Jerry Leffner, and the color guard director is Corky Reyna. Tonight, the band will be performing for the final time their 2025 UIL production entitled The Ties That Bind Us. Soloists for the band this year are Isaac Serino, Lucas Warner, and Edgar Diza. The band dedicates this performance to the senior band members, all of our parents and family members, the countless volunteers, band boosters, and to all our Maverick supporters here in the stands tonight. Special thanks goes out to Manville High School administrators, our principal, Mrs. Jamie Baldwin, and our fine arts director, Mrs. Lisa Savage, and Mr. Bobby Miles. Finally, we'd like to thank our fellow performing arts groups, including choir, theater, and the Majestics and Royals. Your support and encouragement has been amazing, and we cannot thank you enough. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this fall, the Mighty Maverick Marching Band, The Ties That Bind Us. Let's give another round of applause for the Mighty Maverick Marching Band. Thank you for staying to watch us perform tonight. We appreciate you, and hoka hey!